Hey everybody, sorry, I had to restream because Verizon sucks and so does LTE. So I'm on Wi-Fi now, so I can stream and hopefully you can understand me this time. So very interesting first 11 days live with Gab.ai, the new people first, people powered, pro free speech social network. So in 11 days we have over 20,000 people that have signed up and showed interest in a social network that promotes free speech. That in 2016 there is a demand for free speech in the marketplace. That is something that is still kind of baffling to me at this moment. So, a lot of interesting things happened over the last 11 days. Obviously, majority of those 20,000 people came in through word of mouth. Majority of those people, yes, are conservative, but we are seeing a lot of interest from progressives, from centrists, from people that are apolitical, that understand what's going on, understand that there is an unseen editorial team that picks and chooses what is quote-unquote news every single day for hundreds of millions of people around the world. And that team just so happens to be based in San Francisco, California, which is one of the most liberally progressive cities in the world. So what's happening is millions and millions of conservatives around the world feel that they are unable to speak freely on the internet. I also believe passionately that this has spread beyond just the internet, and it has kind of overflowed into reality as well, where we're now starting to fear, speaking in public for our safety. Conservatives are being attacked constantly. They can't even attend a rally of their political nominee, their party nominee, without being egged and punched and kicked and having their things stolen. And it's a similar thing online, where they feel like they can't express themselves freely for fear of losing their job or losing a friend or starting this big massive misunderstanding on social media or any of the above. And what this has driven to is that we're afraid to engage each other in discourse. And that's something that we want to change. The second problem is that developers and people in the startup ecosystem that have built products on the back of big social have been abused, have been mistreated, and have been really just treated like trash when it comes down to it. So what we want to do is have a very strong developer community and welcome third-party developers with open arms from day one. Gab is going to be, again, a people-powered social network, so what is going to make Gab work is the people. It's only as good as the people that we have around us and in our community. So we want to invite the best and the brightest engineers, engineers that have been mistreated, specifically in the social space. I know there are so many of you out there. Personally, that's something that I've experienced over the past 5 or 6 years working in the space. And that's something that I'm so passionate about changing because it's such a real problem that I know from firsthand experience. Second of all, those of you out there who are content creators, those of you out there who spend your entire day on the internet, whether you're a journalist or you create funny memes or you create videos or you're an artist trying to sell your work, what we want to do is we want to put the power back into your hands and empower you to monetize your time on the internet and monetize your effort with content creation. So right now what's happening is you create all of this content and you blast it across Twitter and Facebook and all these different places, and at first you were promised distribution. Oh, come here, build an audience, and we'll be able to get you in front of that audience every day. And for a few years it was that way. You were able to tweet and get a lot of impressions and post something out on Facebook, and a lot of people see it and engage with it. But what's happening is it's quickly shifting to become pay to play. So now, if you're a content creator, you now have to pay Facebook or pay Twitter to get in front of your audience. So it's basically a big con job. They set us all up, and they said, come in, we'll open the gates. You can share your content here, and we'll get it in front of everybody. The options are endless. If you get a piece of content that goes viral, it could just make your life, and you'll be rich and famous. It's all a lie. It's all a lie, and we're going to expose it together. And we're going to take the internet back together, and we're going to take back social media and we're going to put it in the hands of the people. We're going to empower the people to make money off of their content, off of their time, instead of using them and extorting them for eyeballs, for advertisers. Enough. We can create together an entire new economy online. And this is something that we want to do through a tipping system and through a donation system and through a subscription system. So think of it like Twitch, but for a Twitter/Reddit/Snapchat-esque social media site. So we want to take almost the best of every part of what is out there right now and give it to the people and put it in their hands and empower them once again, and empower developers to help us build the best product on the market, and empower the people to create the best content on the market, and create the best ecosystem. And together we can expose them. We can expose them all for what they're doing to us, for what they're doing with our data, for what they're doing, extorting us for our time and our hard work and our content creation that we spend hours and hours and hours and our creativity. We put our souls into this content to entertain our audiences and to provide some kind of value into the world, and we get nothing in return. Nothing. Zero. So that is going to change. And the censorship of conservative ideas is going to change, and it is going to stop, and it is going to stop fast. We are going to take measures to open source different parts of our technology so that third-party developers or anybody can see what is going on and see how things are ranked and see how things are trending. And this will benefit the community overall. So number one, there'll be transparency and everyone will know exactly how this thing works. And number two, the developer community can help us improve it over time so that it provides the best possible experience for all users. And I'm really confident that if we do that, that is something that will benefit us all. And also keep transparency from on our end, right? So that's what we're working on. The developer community, I see asking for a GitHub. So the developer community, we're still super early. We're laying the groundwork and the framework for that right now. So stay tuned on that front. But to celebrate, actually something very interesting happened this week. So first of all, some prominent conservative influencers started getting verified on Twitter. Immediately after, we started immediately verifying them on Gab, and they started sharing about it. So I don't know if that was a coincidence. I'll let you guys decide. And the second very interesting thing that the $14 billion company did this week to react to the 3-person unfunded startup that's working out of a coffee shop is release a press release this morning. So just a little bit of context. At around 2:30 in the morning last night, Gab shipped our self-censorship tools. So our belief is that the only valid form of censorship is self-censorship. So what you can do as a Gab user is, if there are certain trigger words that make you upset, or meanie pants words that make you upset or hurt your feelings, what you can do is prevent those words from popping up in your feed. And it's not only bad words, it's not only hateful words, it could also be things like sports. So for example, I'm not that big of a sports fan, and every Sunday for the next 18 weeks, I don't want to see sports scores in my Gab feed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block anything to do with the NFL or any sports team so that I just don't see it. So this concept of self-censorship and molding your own feed experience is something that's very new. And beyond that, just being able to block users. Like, if people are bothering you, just block them, mute them. You won't have to see them anymore. If you don't want to see certain words, then block them and mute them, and you won't see them anymore. So let's see. So it does actually block the whole post. And so here's how we're thinking of this. Think of this as almost like a spam folder, right? So you still have access to these Gabs, like you still have access to your spam folder, but it's not something that you check very often, right? Because most of the stuff in there is stuff that you have willingly stated and opted into not receiving. So that means you probably don't want to see that type of content. But again, Gab is all about empowering the people and putting the power back in your hands. So you have the choice, right? Like if you want to see that word later, remove it from your block list. Or if you want to reply to somebody that used that blocked word, go in there and reply. Like it's all up to you. It's not us as a company taking editorial precedence and trying to play Big Brother and tell you what should be news and what shouldn't. It's real, it's raw, it's people powered. And we're going to take the internet back, and we're going to make it great again. And we're going to expose all of Silicon Valley's bullshit. We're going to expose it, we're going to get the truth out there, and we're going to take it back. So to celebrate what we're doing, and I don't know if I brought this up, so we, again, some context. Like I said, we shipped these self-censorship tools last night, and I wake up this morning, and funnily enough, Twitter comes out with a press release that says, yeah, we've been working on these anti-harassment censorship tools for about a year now. Oh, okay, well, Gab is 12 days old, and we have them shipped and live and done. And we're a 3-person unfunded startup, and you're a $13 billion company. That's a joke. You're reacting to us, and that means that we're winning, and we're going to continue to win. Because any time that free speech is suppressed, any time in history, free speech has always prevailed, and it's going to continue to prevail. And any time that the people have been extorted or left behind, they have rose up and fought back. And right now, what we're seeing is patriots rising, and we're not going to stand for it anymore. And we're going to take back the internet, and we're going to make it great again. And we're going to empower people, and we're going to promote free speech. And there's nothing you can do to stop us. So join us, please. Spread the word, get it out there, and go to Gab.ai. Claim your spot in line. Please be patient. We are still in beta. Did I get pushback? Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Always pushback, man, always. It's funny. Silicon Valley has relatively been silent. What tends to happen here is they tend to speak in the shadows and behind your back because they're cowards and they won't say anything to your face. But I tell it like it is, and I'm going to continue to tell it like it is. And if anybody has a problem, they can come and talk to me, and I'll gladly tell them the truth about what's going on, because it needs to be exposed, and things need to change, and they need to change fast. Yes, we are financing. We're in the process of gearing up for financing, laying the groundwork for that, getting the logistics laid out, that type of stuff. So again, we honestly never expected this. Like, I knew this was going to be big, and I knew this was going to make a difference, but we never expected it to get this big, this fast, and it's been very humbling. We're really excited, and it's just, you guys gives me so much energy, just knowing that the passion for free speech is still out there in the world, and that there are people who are willing to fight for it is something that is, really touching to me, and it keeps me going all day, every day. You guys are my high energy, absolutely. You guys are what keeps me going. So keep spreading the good word, and let's get this out there, and let's take it back. Let's tell them we're done. We're done with their nonsense, and we're going to fight tooth and nail to get every single tadpole out of this cesspool and into our community. And remember, all are welcome. Everybody. We're not an alt-right community. We're not a conservative community. We're a people, a human community. So spread the word, invite your friends, get them in here. Pretty soon, the next step is we're going to be rolling out invites to all of you, so giving you guys all invites to roll out to your friends. And yes, I am still working on the verification process. I know everybody's very excited. Everybody, again, look at the hearts going crazy. You guys want those blue check marks. Listen, okay, everybody's going to get a chance. I want to make sure that we're secure with your personal data, first of all, and I want to make sure that we have a process that is down, that is scalable, because the second that I say that we're ready to go with this, I'm going to have all 5,000 of you messaging me on Twitter, and it's going to be very, very difficult to keep up with. So I want to have a process that scales. Again, every single person will have the ability to be verified on Gab. We believe that if people verify their identity and put their real name next to their username, that they will be much less likely to exhibit extreme forms of harassment on others. And I think that is just common sense, right? It's much easier to harass people behind an anonymous username. But beyond that, we also believe that anonymity is incredibly important for free speech, because there are those of you out there who feel that you maybe can't speak freely unless it is anonymous because you fear for your job, or whatever. Maybe you just don't want people knowing certain thoughts or whatever that you have, or ideologies or whatever. So anonymity is important, but also, what we want to do is, give a space for anonymous users to express themselves, and then also give the verified users who would probably be the most prone to harassment the ability to self-censor the different types of anonymous content and anonymous accounts that they don't want to see. So that's what we're working on, and I'm about to go now, as soon as I end this scope, and roll out 5,000 new invites. How many verifications are too much, though? I don't think there is such a thing as too many verifications, right? As long as we have a scalable way to get it to everybody, I believe that everybody will opt in to verify their identity for that blue check mark. It's a very powerful thing, apparently, because I woke up to about 400 notifications this morning, and I would say about 60% of them were asking when everybody could get verified. So again, I promise everybody will get the chance to be verified. Give me some more time, please. I'm playing catch up. I'm inviting new people. We're working on product. I'm talking with the community. I'm listening to feedback. I read everything, I promise. If I don't get back to you, just please bump it again, and I'll get back to you as fast as I can. Things have been very crazy. Again, very humbled by your support and continued support, and let's make the internet great again. All right, time to roll out 5,000 invites, so hopefully you are in the batch.